Hello and welcome to the great debate. Tonight joining us is Senator Barack Obama.
Thank you, and to all of you who are participating tonight.
And President Barack Obama.
It is a privilege to be here tonight to open for Lady Gaga.
Okay, whatever. President Obama, let's talk about the big issue right off, raising the debt limit. Polls show that the majority of Americans don't want an increase in the debt limit. Should lawmakers listen to what their constituents are saying?
Let me distinguish between professional politicians and the public at large. The public is not paying close attention to the ins and outs of how a treasury auction goes. They shouldn't. They're worrying about their family, they're worrying about their jobs, they're worrying about their neighborhood. They've got a lot of other things on their plate. We're paid to worry about it. Unfortunately, this is what's on our plate. It's before us right now, and we've got to deal with it. So what you're right about, I think, is that the leaders in the room here, at a certain point, have to step up and do the right thing, regardless of the voices in our respective parties that are trying to undermine that effort.
Senator Obama, should the lawmakers listen to what the people have to say?
If you've got large numbers of constituents across the country, not just in a few localized areas, but across the country, telling their representatives, this is something that matters to me, and I am going to take a look at how I vote based on your performance on this issue. I promise you it will get the attention of people.
All right, Senator Obama, moving on. Attorney General Eric Holder, along with President Obama's administration, decided that they will not defend the Defense of Marriage Act where it's challenged, even though DOMA is still currently a law here in the United States. Yes, go ahead, Senator.
The Attorney General's job is not just to enforce the President's laws, it is to tell the President what the law is. The job is not simply to facilitate the President's power, it is to speak truth to that power as well. The job is to protect and defend the laws and freedoms for which so many have sacrificed so much. The President is not the Attorney General's client. The people are.
President Obama?
I told you I was against the so-called Defense of Marriage Act. I've long supported efforts to pass or repeal through Congress. Until we reach that day, my administration is no longer defending DOMA in the courts. The law is discriminatory. It violates the Constitution. It's time for us to bring it to an end.
Next question for President Obama. The mandate to purchase health insurance in Obamacare has been called into question. Some courts have called it unconstitutional. What's your take?
Unless everybody does their part, many of the insurance reforms we seek, especially requiring insurance companies to cover pre-existing conditions, just can't be achieved. And that's why under my plan, individuals will be required to carry basic health insurance, just as most states require you to carry auto insurance.
Senator Obama, is the health insurance mandate necessary?
If a mandate was the solution, we could try that to solve homelessness by mandating everybody buy a house. The reason they don't have a house is they don't have the money.
Okay, direct and to the point. President Obama, another issue that has been called unconstitutional has been the use of the military in Libya without approval of Congress.
I spoke to the American people about what we would do. I said there would be no troops on the ground. I said that we would not be carrying the lion's share of this operation, but as members of NATO, we would be supportive of it because it's in our national security interests and also because it's the right thing to do.
Senator Obama, the president has just said that taking military action in Libya was the right thing to do. Is that a good enough reason in your mind to take military action?
I'm not opposed to all wars. I'm opposed to dumb wars. I'm opposed to rash wars. I'm opposed to wars that are ideologically driven and based on power and politics instead of reason.
It seems you two don't agree on much of anything. Okay, let's take a look. The economy is bad. People are losing jobs. Senator Obama, what's going wrong?
George Bush's policies have taken us from a projected $5.6 trillion surplus at the end of the Clinton administration
to massive deficits and nearly $4 trillion in new debt today.
President Obama, you've been in office several years now. Is the economy still former President Bush's fault?
Look, there's no doubt that we've gone through the toughest economic situation that we've seen since the Great Depression. I think the vast majority of people understand that this is something that we inherited.
Well, there's something you both agree on. Let's end on that note. I thank everyone for joining us tonight for the great debate.